Okay, we are live. We are live. Or we should be live at least. Oh, okay, I have to do this. This is gonna go public. Okay, we should be live public. Publicly live, publicly live, publicly live. Okay, we should be good. Okay. Hello, we have one viewer. Welcome, you got in early to the live stream. So, it's pretty cool. So you got into the live stream pretty quick. Okay, let's see if this works. This should technically work. This should theoretically technically work. But let's see if it does. Theoretically, technically, metaphysically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, this should work. If I FaceTime them. And it's cool that. Okay, let's see. Did anyone answer? Yo, what's up? Yeah, I can't. Can you see my stream? Are, are you? Yeah, you can. I can see you. Okay, cool. Okay, dude, I can do this, and then okay. Yeah, you can. If you go on your stream, like you can. Wait, Vicky, can you hear them? Vicky's literally the only one. But I think the longer you live stream, the more exposed it like promotes it in the algorithm. So we'll just live stream. It's really whatever. Here, Vicky, can you hear Danny? I think you should be able to hear, like technically. Do you see yourself in the live stream? I can hear him, but he's quiet. Okay, tell. Can you hear him? Still quiet? I don't know how to fix that, dude. How bad quiet? Like quiet, like you can't hear him at all, or just what do you mean barely? Like you can barely hear him, or like it's barely quiet. I can hear you perfect. I don't know how I do this. I don't know how I fix you on here. I don't know. And he's whispering. Okay. Here. Okay, we're gonna try this. We're gonna audio output capture. Okay. Okay, what's up? What's up? What's up? We got the live stream popping, but apparently Vicky can barely hear you guys. Can you hear Yair? Can you talk? We only have it's only us and Vicky, literally. But yeah. We got two people. Yeah, dude, this is my first time live streaming. I was trying to prep it because yesterday I was trying to do it, and you have to like, for YouTube, I guess you only can do like, you have to like activate 24 hours before you can even live stream. So I didn't even know that. So yeah, yeah. I mean, okay, since you guys know about my channel, go through my channel, dude. Hit that subscribe button. Look through. I've been doing it for like a month. I started. That was my New Year's resolution. That I'm gonna start doing it, and I think I made some pretty good stuff. I've had 2 videos that, or 3 videos that have like kind of popped, not really, but kind of. So go through it, hit that subscribe button, help out the channel, help me get to double digits, because I got 9 subscribers actually, so it's not too bad. But yeah, so it's cringe. It's cringe, dude. It's so cringe. The the beginning ones are so bad. Like I started doing it last year and then I stopped and I was like, okay, I'm gonna actually try doing it. So there's like a difference. And I even changed the setup. So yeah, I'm getting some views. Yeah, yeah. I've had like 70. My highest one is like almost 100. I have like 97 on the GameStop one, and then I made a credit card one, which was like 70, and then I made another one about GameStop. It was like 50, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to grind making these videos, bro. I'm trying to edit them. Editing takes so long, dude. I take like an hour, 2 hours editing the videos. So, yeah. Yeah, that's why like sometimes I'm like whenever I'm like quiet, I'm like doing something or I'm trying to do something. So, yeah. But yeah. All right, let's talk about it. Yeah. Dude, my account, I can show you guys my account because you guys can see my screen. Bro, I'm so sad. Look at this. My account's so tragic, actually. Yeah. And it's actually, so my computer's super laggy because it's not that new too, so it's gonna take a while to do this stuff. I was thinking, dude, previously I was telling Vicky this, I was like, um, if I can make my stuff with these earnings, if I can make this money, I was just gonna use that money to like get new equipment to start filming and stuff. But as of right now, that's a little tough. Look at this, you're gonna cry. It's actually so sad. Yeah, look at this. It was like consolidating. It was like 200, 300s. Yeah, dude, it's so sad. 8K. It's because, dude, my options expired this Friday, and since it's just down so much, and so I don't know if you guys knew this, but the closer but yeah, the decay, it's called IV crush. The closer your options get to expiration date, the more value you lose. So like, the more profit potential you can possibly make decreases every day as it gets closer. So as we end this week, it's gonna get hard. It's not gonna get harder for me to make a profit, but I won't make as much profit because so this isn't too bad. I'll click on it just so I can show you guys. Let me see.
Hey, you know what? I was actually gonna ask you about that. I was like, yo, when do your options expire?
Yeah.
I was thinking about that, like freaking game, man. Like that thing is like, if basically the money got working so hard to be able to
Yeah.
reach what you were reaching last week.
Yeah, like it definitely has to go up for sure. But so like it's not like I'm not gonna lose too much money if it holds this, but I am gonna lose some money. But I still have my shares, which is fine. But like here, so my break-even price. So if it hits this price, I don't lose any money at all, and it's not that bad. Like it's not that high because I got it pretty cheap in the beginning of last week, and it just sucks that I chose such a close expiration date. But yeah, as long as it stays here, like near this price, I won't lose too much money. Currently, I'm down 1.5. Because I put here, you can see my cost is 4.6. But as long as it stays here, I won't lose money. The thing is, like, last week, you can see here the option. Last week is just so good because of the fluctuation. So, like, whatever price you see here, like the 200 or 300 or the 100, you just, to calculate, you just times it by 100 and that's how much I make. So if I would have sold here, right here at 210, it would have just been 21K each option. And I had two, so it was 42K. And then, yeah, like it just decreased. So you just see here that 15 times 100 is 1.5K, 3K, so it's less than what I got here, what I paid for, 4.6. Yeah, bro, it's so sad. Because I could have sold anytime here, and I would have made a massive amount of money. But it's so sad. It's literally like a mix of emotions. Because literally I was up so much last week, and I was like, yeah, there's no way. Because I was like at least making like more money than I had before. And yeah, it's just it's weird. It's like a weird mix of emotions, to be honest. It's like definitely it's surreal. Like even when the money was there, it didn't even feel real, to be honest. Like it really didn't feel real at all. I was like, this has to be fake money, like for sure.
It's like a game.
It's like a game. It's
You don't see it until you actually got it in your account.
yeah, yeah, and that's why, because it's just in the app, and it's just like okay, it's just whatever. Like it's just for fun. But yeah, that's the problem. I've been treating it more like a game than like real. Because if I cashed any of that out, then I'd be set. Yeah, I know. That's the thing. Jay would have been out.
Dude, when you sent us, I think it was like what, Thursday?
100.
It was Wednesday. That you were like 100K. We're not
Yeah,
so you could have got your options right now.
I could have sold. Yeah. And the thing too, like this is, like I told you guys this too. So I sold. So I had 4 options in total, right? So I sold 2 just to, like I did the Jeer tactic, right? It didn't. The thing is, it didn't feel right in my gut. Like I was just doing it because okay, this is a smart move, but I was like, this doesn't feel right. Like I feel like I'm gonna regret it. And the day I sold was like I sold the 4 right before the bell. I sold like at 350, 340. And that's when Elon Musk shouted out GameStop. And so okay, so listen to this. So I sold my those 2 options that expired that Friday. I sold those 2 for like 20. Here, I'll show you guys. I can literally show you guys here. Let's see. It's so sad. Look, it's so sad. It's incredibly sad. Let me show you this. So look, if you see here, do you see this? Do you see my this price right here, 23?
Yeah.
Okay, so I sold at 23, right? And these options that I currently have right here, that same day were at 59. And I remember it vividly because I called Hanul before, like the day before, because he was trying to like buy more. And I was just showing him all my potential profit or whatever. And so it was low, like everything was low because it was like it was hovering at 150, like GameStop's price. And then after that, before I sold, right after that, Elon Musk did this thing and like shouted it out or whatever. And the next day, this profit here, I'll literally show you last week. Or I can go to all. This is what happened. So look, it even tells you 59, right? This is when I sold the other 2 options, right? It literally 5 times, 6 times. Right here, it went from 59 to 252. So the same thing would have happened with this one. So I would have made 5. So I missed out on potential 5 times gain. So I missed out technically on 20K by selling them literally a couple minutes too early. It's so sad. Like it's so sad.
I mean, that's the thing, you just never know.
Yeah, it's just bad timing.
I'm glad that you sold at least 2. Like, I think that regardless, you did, like you said, it was like, you did the smart thing, which is
Yeah.
lock in something, but still, man, like oh my god, it's just been dipping so bad, like, I feel bad for those that bought at 500.
Exactly. Yeah. Like it could be a worse scenario. And like the thing is too, so those profits that I made from there, I used to buy the actual stock. Cause stock you just hold it. And I'm lucky that I still have these stocks. 'Cause I can show you guys this. So I have 11K worth of stock, almost 12K, but since it's gone down so much that I'm like down so much. Like technically that money's still there, and if it goes up, but I can still make it. But as of right now, I like really don't have much at all, and that's why account's like so down. But I mean, it's fine because legit, I legit believe that the squeeze will happen. I don't know when or how long. It just sucks that my options that expire are like super soon. So that profit that I could have made on those options will never be realized, and I'm not gonna say I will lose money, but I won't make as much money as I could have if I had them spread out more.
Yeah, definitely. Damn, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, what are we, Tuesday?
We got 3 more days.
Yeah.
And so what's gay too is that they're exercising the options automatically on Friday. So like it's like not it's so you can't like hold till after hours, which typically sometimes you can hold, because the price can go up. So they're not doing that anymore just because like the liquidity issue that they're having and whatever. So they're just automatically exercising the options, which is cringe. So it's like it has to go up, and I think it can go up because what did it hit today? It hit like 140, 150. I don't know what it hit today.
I think it was like 152, 150.
Yeah. So if I would have sold potentially right, if I would have sold at 152, I would have made some money. Like I would have made like I don't know a couple $100. So as long as it goes up.
Well, I mean, since like you're realizing it right now, you're like, okay, if it keeps going up and down, maybe those stocks that you have, if you get some type of profit, sell it, let them do whatever the hell they're doing, which is the short ladder. Let them do their crap, buy in, sell high again. I mean, and you're gonna have to play kind of like their game at the same time.
Yeah, it's just that like I don't have any money at all. I'm going to do that. I'm going to leverage down when I do get paid on Friday. That whole page is going to GameStop. Because dude, if I can average down from my other position, it's gonna be so easy to make money. Because I didn't even get too high in my other positions either, so it's gonna be so easy. I just wish I had more money. That's the only thing. That's literally all it is.
Dang, man, Vicky gotta, I don't know. She got to take out that wallet.
Yeah, she has to tell her uncle to give me a small loan of $1 million. I think that'll help out.
That's how it all starts.
That's how it all starts. Just a small loan of $1 million. Yeah, but dude, I'm so sad. Dude, I literally spent the whole day thinking about it. Like I was like, God, I'm so down right now. Because if I would have sold at any point last week and then just held some money, like I wouldn't have gone in all in like last week, like buying in after I would have sold. I could have held, and let's say I would have sold at 60, like on the lower end. Let's say I went 30K in, and then I still had 30 to play with, and then I went 30 in now when it's like at 90, 80. Dude, I would be chilling. I literally just be chilling.
But honestly, we were just learning from this. Like, we never knew
Yeah.
we experienced that. Like, we didn't know the game.
Yeah. What's happening right now? It's something that people don't know because we're kind of in uncharted waters. Because as people are trying to like compare it to the Volkswagen squeeze. That's the most comparable thing that we have to this. It's also not the same thing. So.
Like, and it is like Danny, you got a point. Like, for example, Monday, last Monday, when Chochi bought in. I mean, I'm sorry, Carlos Josue Hernandez. When he bought in, I bought in too. I think it was like, I think I said 148 after like it hit. After I believed, okay, this is uptrending. But then, like you said, we're not used to this. This thing was so volatile, like it was just being so manipulated. Like all of a sudden it dropped. I sold at a loss that day, but if I would have held that next day, I think it like opened like at 300 something.
Yeah, you doubled it. Yeah.
But I've never gone through it. Like I've usually once going up and it blows down, like it doesn't really recover. But this thing is just a whole different animal. It's not.
It really is. It is. I mean, like I said, when they first joined in the chat, because that's when everything started. Like, you guys joined in the chat, this everything. And that just reminded me of SLS. Same thing with cost. Remember cost?
Yeah.
Cost went pretty market, and then it dipped down. You know, like usually when those stocks go up, they usually go like it's over. Like that, it had a spike and then it goes back to normal. So I sold cost, and I sold at 16, and later that day it went up again. It went up to 113.
Didn't it pass $100 like the next day?
It went up to like 100. Yeah, it was crazy. Like it doesn't happen a lot, and at least what we experienced is different.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Because, dude, like, I'm trying to stay educated on top of it as well. So I'm, like, constantly trying to read on it. And it's, like, it doesn't make sense for it not to go up. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, it's, like, I don't know if you guys have seen the movie The Big Short.
That's a good movie.
It's a really good movie. It's about 2008, about the housing market.
I watched it, though. I watched it before getting into stocks. Like, it kind of, you don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, so it's like not directly correlated to stocks, but it has that like underlying theme of it. And the thing about it, and I was literally starting to watch it again today just to, because the thing is with The Big Short, it talks about, like I said, it talks about 2008, the recession and the housing market crash, and how there's a small group of people that found out, kind of like Wall Street Bets, it's like the same. That's why a lot of people are referring to it. They found out that what the banks were doing and how they're just putting all these mortgages together in some bonds and saying that these are really good bonds, that these people will never default on their loans, that this is foolproof, whatever. They found out that was false and that people were defaulting on their mortgages way before banks even knew that these people were defaulting on their mortgages. And they found that out. And it's not the same scenario, but it took years. Like, those people found out like 2-3 years before it actually happened in 2008, like 2005-ish, around that area. And as they were doing it, they were trying to have people, they're trying to make the banks, give them like a bet to bet against it. So like they were shorting the housing market instead of, so kind of like us but reverse. They're shorting the housing market rather than going for it and calling it. And what happened was that people were kind of like we're like doubting it, saying, "Oh, you're stupid. Or how are you gonna do this?" And they were just losing money. They're like losing money. And it's like a bunch of these people. And actually, one of the big people in the film, that because it's based on a true story, Michael Burry, he's actually one of the guys who bought into GameStop last year because he found out that it was shorted as well. So it's like that common theme that's like this, and it's not the same thing, but it's like if it's truly shorted, then there has to be an end effect that causes us to go up because they have to cover the shorts. So it's like maybe not now, but as long as people continue to hold, or as long as the majority, they still have to buy shares at some point, and that will cause the price to go up at some point. So it's like there's no point of selling at a loss right now, because if you can just hold the shares, because if you don't have options, you don't have an expiration date, so it won't expire worthless or whatever. You just continue to hold the shares, and at some point they will have to buy, and that's kind of what happened in the short, the Big Short, kind of. But it's just like if we're at that stage now where it's like, okay, we found what happened. We found what's actually happening within Wall Street and how people overshorted the stock to an extreme amount. And if we have an opportunity just to hold and not lose money until we actually sell, and if we lose money, right, we lose money. But if we're right, that's just such a big upside to being right. And that's what keeps me driving, or like keeps me in it, because it's like, it's true, like the facts are there and people are manipulating, and that's what happened back then in 2008. They were manipulating the media to say, hey, housing's good, there's nothing wrong with housing, while these big hedge fund managers, while the people at the big banks, while the presidents and the CEOs of the companies, they knew that there was something wrong, but they didn't tell anyone. Kind of like coronavirus, how people, and there was that whole like dilemma where all the senators and all the people in government sold all their stocks before the coronavirus came out, and then they didn't go to jail, they got a slap on the wrist, the same thing that happened. So it's like, if that's going to be a repeating theme of what's happening to all these big people that are in the know of what's actually happening, and if they're continuing to do that, then something obviously is happening, and we have a chance to not only make money off of it, but to like, make them pay, kind of thing. So I don't know, man. It's crazy.
It's hard, dude. Like, it's like I said, those people spot so high, you might as well. You might as well hold.
Yeah.
Like it'll be a really stupid decision if you sold.
Yeah. I agree.
At that point, you already lost it.
You're like minus 90% right now.
Yeah, you already lost it. You might as well hold. What if it just goes half? You recover half. Let's say, I don't know, you want to get out, at least recover half, but I don't know, man. It better happen next week or so. I hope it does.
Yeah, because it's fatiguing. It's so fatiguing. Like, I feel it. I feel it because, especially now, it's like, dude, you don't understand. Last week, I was on the moon or something. I felt so good. I woke... Dude, honestly, and this is kind of my theory as well. Like, when people say, like, oh, money doesn't make you happy or whatever. Bro, last week, I was literally so happy. Like, the sun was shining so much brighter. Food tasted so much better. Like, literally, life just felt good. Because, like, I was like, oh, I have the money there. Like, I don't need to worry about anything anymore. Like, it's there. Obviously, I didn't. I should have taken it, right? Hindsight. But it's like, I felt good because, like, it was there. Like, it's like, oh, that X amount of money, I don't need to worry because I can just take it from there. I don't know, man. And it's just, like, gave me to the perspective, like, of how different life is. Because now, like, today, I always just felt so down. I was like, damn, dude, I really should have taken it. The profits. I was like, I'm so stupid. I'm like, I always do this. I always overextend my stay when I could have made money. And it just sucked. Like, today just sucked, honestly. So, yeah, man.
I mean, David was on that since the beginning, trying to take those profits.
That's the thing, though, too. Because, like, I also was thinking at the same time, because I also am more of, like, a riskier investor, like, if I wouldn't have been such a riskier investor or such, like, a risk-forward investor, I also wouldn't have been put in a position or put myself in a position to be able to make those gains. Because that at the same time, it was a risky play. Like, a lot of people wouldn't have made that. So if you weren't like that, you wouldn't have entered at that point. Because you're like, oh, this is still pure speculation. And then that's when I was doing my research and stuff. I'm like, oh, this makes sense. Like, this clicks. So that's why. But also me being that risky investor, I didn't take profits. So, I mean, I'm sure there's people that did. And you can see it online that there's people that made like 100 grand, 200 grand.
I think it's going to be a really good
story.
Really good lesson for everyone. Like,
yeah.
It really is. Like, just like, what was that, PLRX? What was that other stock that you traded like a month ago?
Was it TR or something?
Yeah, TRX, something like that.
So, it's like, it's reassuring that next time you do come at that crossroad, just do it. Just do it. You'll get the opportunity. Because, like I said, there's always a pullback. There's always one pullback. Even though if it's minimal, but you already had one to make. You already secured it. It's tough, right? It's tough to like what you're saying. Like today, you were just like, bro, I would have been in the moon right now. Technically, like you really would have. Like, your account size. When you've traded before, you never made as much money as that. You would have been in the moon right now.
Yeah, I would have been up so much. And it would have been so much easier to make money with that money because of my strategy. Because my strategy is not like that. Like, my day trading is very safe. Like, my day trading, I'm very disciplined. But this is not day trading. And like I said before, I was like, I'll never go into options again. And I was like, dude, if this hits, I'm going to be rich. So that's why I was like, whatever, YOLO, legit. And it did hit. Like, I did get it right. It's just that I didn't pull. And that's where I messed up. But the thing is... the thing that pissed me off is that the reason why I lost that 20K in the beginning was because of Citron. And that's always like personal to me. Because I was like, you know what? I'm in the movement. Let them bleed. Like, I'm not going to pull it out. Let them bleed. And that's because literally Citron was like, yeah, Palantir sucks. And then it dropped. And then that's when my options expired. And that's why I lost my money. Because if it wasn't for them, it would have been the same run. Like, I would have gone up. I mean, I literally was up like a K, 2K after buying the option for that. Like, literally seconds after buying, I was up 1K, 2K. So, but then that's when they posted, and I was like, damn, this sucks. And it's the same thing that happened here. It's just that there's just more concentration of people buying here, and then it proved them wrong. But the thing is, like, it just sucks because it's literally blatant manipulation from just rich people. That's all it is.
That's what it is. They're covering their asses.
Yeah,
They're trying to.
it's so sad.
I hope something comes out of this. I really do. I hope that even if we don't make money, let's say we don't. Let's play devil advocate. Let's say we all lose our money, right? I hope someone goes to jail for it.
Yeah,
Like for real. Like
it should be.
this BS. This BS. Everything that's been happening, like short ladder attacks, like dude, it's so clear. They're not even trying to hide it.
I mean, it was crazy. I mean, Robin Hood doing that. I mean, we already knew Robin Hood was booty. Then when they actually put those limits and they just said, "Hey, no more buying," like, dude, that killed the momentum. That would have gone crazy.
Oh, for sure. Last week, it no doubt, with no doubt, that's the thing too, right? You don't know what's gonna go like ahead or what's gonna happen in the future, but without a doubt, I honestly believe with all my heart that last week on Thursday, if Robinhood didn't restrict trading, it would have hit a K. I honestly believe it. It would have hit a K, like for sure.
So many people were jumping in. It was crazy.
There's just so much media. There's just so much. There's so much of a catalyst because everyone was talking about it and whatever, and yeah.
I mean, that took us all by surprise, honestly.
Yeah, we know because we're putting our money into like blindly into an account where somebody basically has it holding for us, and then all of a sudden they decided what we can do and what we can do with that money. Like that right there, like you said, it's like it took everybody by surprise. It's just like, wait, hold up. I thought we can trade as much as we want.
Yeah.
With the limits, but then you set other limits.
Yeah.
We're not even there.
And it's like, and not even that too, like the restricting, right? It's like what they did in the beginning. It's like that they said, "Oh no, you can't buy anymore. You only can sell." Like, okay, that's fine. If there would have been still some momentum if they would have let people still buy, but they just literally took the ability to take away buying from people, and that has to be illegal, like for sure.
It has to. There's no way they can get away with that. Like, how? Like, and you know what? Robinhood does have a history of doing shady things where people get locked out of their accounts. They get when there's a stock going up or like drastically going down. Like all of a sudden, it just stops working.
Yeah.
They just stop working, and a lot of people have lost money because of that. I'm surprised there's still people in their app. I mean, you guys are because you guys have a lot of, you guys are still holding. But like people that, if I wasn't holding anything, I would have gone out.
Yeah, me too. Like that was literally my plan. After this, I was gonna get out. Like I have my TD account already, and I have my Fidelity account that I still have to fund. Yeah, I was just waiting to get out of this because the thing is, like, it takes so long to transfer, and this is just such like it's a once in a lifetime opportunity that I didn't want to miss it, and that's what people have said. Like it just takes so long to transfer. So
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of worried about. If it does explode and if it does go up, like what is Robinhood gonna do? Are they actually gonna? It's gonna be hard to sell. Like, are we gonna be losing profits? So that's something I'm kind of worried about. We don't know how. Like, we don't know what they're gonna do.
Like, are they gonna wait till it crashes?
Like, yeah, it's like like the whole app just crashes. Like that's what happened last time. The whole thing crashed. I'm kind of scared. Like you just never know. They could be taking on that.
Because I was gonna mention that today in the chat. That the day that it explodes is gonna be a halt test. Because it's just gonna be so overloaded. Like it's just gonna be going up so fast that because once it explodes, a lot of people, like how I was waiting for it to explode so I can go in, I can jump in. And a lot of people that didn't believe, all of a sudden they're going to believe,
Yeah.
they're going to be in it, is going to overload the system. What are they doing to prepare themselves? I mean, they should be. They
Yeah.
should know that something's going to happen and their systems are going to have to keep up.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I mean that's why they tried to raise capital. I mean they said it because of the liquidity stuff, but yeah, they have to be preparing something. But at the same time, that's still not an excuse because, as a broker, I get that like this is unexpected and stuff, but you still should be prepared to do all that, to have that just in case. And like they've been around for years, and obviously I know that it's like so much money to have, but like they should, I'm sure they have or could have had the opportunity to have that much money, but they chose not to because of the free brokerage type of deal. So
Yeah, man. But magically their app just goes off, and all of a sudden it comes back on when it already regressed like freaking 30, 40, 50%.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I'm telling you, I really believe that this is something that, like, not, this will be in the history books for sure. Like, 10 years to 15 years, the kids will learn about this in, like, college, because this is something crazy for sure. And however it goes, if it goes good, then it's like, okay, a bunch of poor people made money. Like, that's what it is. But if it goes bad, it's like, it just shows how shady the Wall Street really is. Because, like, this is what happened literally, like, several times. Like, in 2000 when they had the dot-com crash, and, like, 2008 when the recession happened. And all that stuff, man, I don't know. It pisses me off just thinking about it, to be honest. I hate it.
Oh man, we'll see. I hope it happens Thursday. I really do.
Yeah.
I hope it happens Thursday. Like not tomorrow. Let's watch it go down a little bit more. Let's buy more shares
Yeah.
and just explode on Thursday. Explode Thursday. Go on, continue Friday. Like man.
Yeah, that would have been ideal for me. I mean, just any time before Friday. The only thing is, I just hope I don't lose money, because I'm like so close to the break even that I can just sell and at least make even.
Yeah.
Because then I can just continue holding my shares forever, and that's like that. I don't care about that because shares are shares, but it's just my options. But yeah, bro, that'd be the ideal scenario. Tomorrow, Thursday, even Friday, as long as it goes before closing Friday, as long as it goes up, that's fine for me. Like, it's just perfect time. But I don't know. I don't have my hopes up, to be honest, but I have my hopes up overall for it, because I think it should go up, because like they said, right, like what people have constantly been saying is like people say that the squeeze has been like squoze or whatever, like it's already happened, but it's impossible for it to have happened because there's no movement there in the volume. It's impossible. And what they're saying is, like, this is like all speculation, right? But what they're saying is that they've closed their new positions that they've made, but they still have their old short positions. Because they're saying, oh yeah, we closed our shorts. Okay, but which shorts? Like, you don't know which ones they're talking about. And they could have like a new formula that they use, or they're just using new data. So it's like, oh yeah, we opened a position today and we closed them today. So we're down overall percentage from our shorts in total. But it's like, I'm sure, like, at the same time, what I read too, like, I read both sides. Like, I'm sure they've covered some, and I'm sure, like, some people have gotten out with, like, huge losses in the beginning. But I'm sure that the majority of them, because Wall Street, once again, is greedy, right? They're super greedy, that they haven't closed because they think that the retail investor will fold and they'll just make a bunch of money off of it.
Yeah, I mean, why are they still attacking?
Yeah.
The last hour. Why are they still doing that? You wouldn't be doing that if you don't like have a need for it.
Yeah.
They already closed it down, like, and it's just, yeah, there's a lot of money still there. There's a lot of money, a lot of it still on the line, and they're going to continue to attack until they can't no more.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so frustrating, man. But I definitely believe, like, I definitely do believe, but it's just gonna take a bunch from everyone, because it's not just like one person. It like takes literally everyone. And what the sentiment seems like is that majority of people are holding. Like, a very few amount of people compared to how many people are holding are selling, and you can just see from the volume. Like, if there was a sell off of any kind, you would see it in the volume. Like, you would simply just see it.
It's so minimal. It's like barely even there.
It's like 10 mil every day. And that's like impossible, because it's just the same thing. And the other thing is, like, the charts. The charts is literally identical to GME or to AMC. That's literally just the algorithms that you've programmed at your firm to do. Like, literally, because it's so identical.
Yeah. No, and that's another thing, right? How the hell are the charts almost the same?
Yeah, unless the traders are doing it. Like, but that's impossible. You can't synchronize that.
It's impossible. You can't coordinate that many people.
Yeah.
Milliseconds with each other. Like, there's no way. There's
Yeah.
no way.
That's what I'm saying. If we're this close, man, then we're just, like, close. Because, look, another thing that happened in The Big Short, too, because this is based on a true stories, like I was telling you, like, as they're getting so close, and I feel like you can say this with like anything, like the more difficult it gets, and as those people were experiencing like before, like they were making all this money before the stock market crashed and the recession happened, they're literally almost going bankrupt. Like company, like these people that had companies or these people that like made these big bets, they're literally going bankrupt because they're just losing so much, losing so much, losing so much, and then like one day happened, and then they're literally millionaires. Like it's literally just like that. But it's just like you have to go through like the fire. You know, you have to like, what is it? There's always a rainbow at the end of the storm, whatever. Like that's literally true. And I think as long as this can happen, because they can't do this forever. Like eventually, because they will run out of money. Like they have to. So as long as this can continue to hold, or people continue to hold, then I mean it's just a matter of time. Like it's what people have been saying is just a ticking time bomb. Like it literally is essentially just a ticking time bomb. And if we can hold, because dude, it's just so much upside. Like it doesn't cost any money for people to hold at all. Like it's free. You just hold this. You just hold it. Because like you were saying, right? If this is right, on the off chance, let's just say like people don't believe, but on the small off chance that this is right, you will literally bank the biggest paycheck in your life, like for sure, like historically, because this will go. Let's say if it's 100 right now, this will go up hundreds of percents, if not thousands of percents, because they have to buy. If on the small percentage you're right, you'll bank. On on the big percentage that you're wrong, right, you lose just the money that you put in. But if you do like the risk analysis of that, it almost makes no sense not to bet on it. Because if you're promised a 25% chance that you'll, I don't know, 10,000% gain on an investment, or you lose it all, it's kind of dumb not to take that. I think personally, I don't know. I think that's still a big enough chance.
I mean, it's a cheap raffle ticket, dude.
Yeah.
Cheap raffle ticket. Like Felix said on the chat.
Yeah.
Dude, this is the cheapest ticket you could ever buy.
And it's like with evidence too, though. It's not just like, oh, this is just a random thing. Like this is like they're shorting it so much. I don't know if you guys have seen this. This is the common thing that I've seen, and I thought this was insane. I didn't even know this was a real thing. That they shorted it so much that they've technically shorted more. They technically shorted more stocks than currently exist on the market. So, for example, right, GameStop has 100 million shares in existence. Right, they shorted 120 or 140% of that. So that means they've shorted technically 120 million shares of GameStop rather than the 100 that currently exist. So what is like a conspiracy right now is that there's things called synthetic shares. Is what it's really essentially it's what it sounds like. It's fake shares that people have made, but don't. This is possible because of loopholes that like are in like the books or whatever. One, and it's also possible because when you short, okay, for example, let's say I'm shorting something, right? And I have that stock and I'm borrowing it, and then I short it to you. You're not shorting my stock. You're shorting another stock, but I'm already shorting another stock. So it's not like from that one stock that I shorted, it's two stocks that are created, because you didn't take my short. I'm just letting you borrow another short, but I'm already shorting. So that's happened, and that's what's created the synthetic shares of it. And I was like, what? I was like, how is that's crazy? And that's like I kind of like that this is happening because it's made me more informed to a bunch of more things that people do in Wall Street, and that it's just really interesting because you never read about these things unless it blows up like this, and then you're like, oh, let me just take a look, and then it's just way deeper than what you see. So yeah, it's deep stuff. It's really deep stuff.
Nah, man. Just gotta wait. We gotta wait. We gotta make sure we brace for this freaking. It's gonna continue. I think it's gonna go down a little bit more, but I mean, if we compare it to like the Volkswagen, right? Like we're kind of like at day 4 to 5.
Yeah, it.
We're so close.
We're so close. We are so close, and that's what I'm telling. That's what I'm telling people. It's just like, if you can literally just hold out, like it does not cost anything for people to hold their shares. If people can just hold out, it's literally the lottery for free. And I was just doing some numbers, right? Because I own 51 shares, right? So on the off chance it goes to 1K, right? The price, my average is like 200. Let's just say my average is like 230, right? So I do some quick calculations. My average is 230 for 50 shares. So 230 minus 1K. So the profit that I make is $770. If I times that by 51 shares, um, then I make like 40 grand, something like that.
It's like what? Like that's so good.
Yeah, and then on the off chance that it goes to 10K, right? That's like super high up there, but it's still possible because of the squeeze that can happen. You just literally times that by 10, and what's that? It's like almost like a $500,000. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, man. It's definitely worth holding, I think.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. I mean, at this point, you might as well. You already went through it. You already went through the whole headache of thinking it's just get shorted. You already lost that money. If you freaking sell, like you're dumb now.
Yeah,
Stay in it. Stay in it.
if you do so, you're actually an idiot. And that's what people have been saying. There's no point in taking a 90% loss. Just roll out, just wait till the 100% loss. If you're gonna, like, sell, like, you're just gonna lose all your money.
Yeah, you already lost it.
Yeah.
Come back to the hole.
Yeah, just lose it all, to be honest. Like, what, you're gonna have, let's say if you did 10K, you'd have 1K. Oh my god, you're saved. Like, that's not how it works. Like, just lose it all. If you just be ready to lose it all, to be honest.
Exactly. No, and I think that, like if you're getting into this, you should have been prepared.
Yeah.
Because it's a gamble, but yeah, I mean, like you said, it's a gamble with facts that it kind of all points to a good payday.
Yeah, it's a educated gamble, or it's like a more calculated YOLO. That's the way I put it. It's like a calculated YOLO. So,
Because I have a roommate. They kind of following the situation. He mentioned something to me that was interesting. Like we have so many more like people investing and so many new people, and it's like, is this gonna be like a new normal, or people are just gonna like try to spike up like a random company? But it's like it could be a new normal. It could be a new thing for the market.
what I was thinking, because I did think about that too, because I was like, okay, what's the next move after? Because what I was going to do with my earnings, right, was I was gonna play it safe, like I said, like my day trading is very conservative. But what I was gonna do is just put it into Tesla, to be honest. But what I was thinking is, because of all the new traders that have entered because of this stuff, is that then the stock market will reach new highs. So what people are also saying too is that 2021 will be like a record year for the stock market because of all the new money that is coming in. Because what typically happens is just the money that's already in the stock market is just being circled around. Like, you don't really see an influx of new investors at all. But now that, like, now you can trade with your smartphone and with Robinhood anytime, anywhere. It's just like you're gonna see an influx of new money, and you're just gonna see stocks go up, and that's a good thing, right? But it's also a bad thing, because I think a lot of technical stuff will be affected by that, because it's not based. A lot of these people that are new aren't coming in based on fundamentals. They're based on just buying whatever. So that's like something else to think about too.
Yeah, I think like you're saying, new money's gonna be coming in. So what's gonna happen is, instead of one play, two plays, you're gonna have multiple options to go into. But at the same time, it's gonna be so volatile that a lot of people will lose money, but those people that knew how to get in and get out will make a lot of more money. That it's basically, at the end of the day, like it's just like you said, it's gonna be a circle, but there's gonna be big losers at one point.
Yeah, and then a lot more people will be discouraged from investing, and then it's just gonna be the cycle all over again, because like, oh, this is too complicated to do. I don't know how to do this, so I'm gonna stop doing it as a whole.
Yeah. We'll see. I'm definitely waking up at 4 in the morning tomorrow. I'm not lying.
Are you?
I woke up at yesterday. I woke up at 4.
Why?
3:58, because I wanted to see how it opened.
How did it open, by the way?
It did, like, I think it was like $10. Like it didn't even make a intent to like go up.
At like 4 a.m.
Yes.
$10.
Yeah, I think it was something like that. Like it yesterday was the first time that it opened lower than closing.
Mm.
In the past days, it had not. Remember, I don't know if you guys saw the text I sent you all. Closing after hours to opening pre-market, it had always gone up. Even if it was a $12 difference, it would go up. This time around, it literally, like, I was surprised. I was like, wait. I even refreshed my page. I'm like, nah, this thing's messed up. Nope. It literally, like, it scaled down and it just started just dipping the whole time. And that's what it did all day.
Yeah, it just goes sideways, it just consolidates, which is annoying because it's literally only one reason. Because the retail investor, an average retail investor does not have that much power just to make it do that. Like you have to sell so many shares at once.
Yeah, big money is basically. Who told me? Someone told me this one time. Is big money is the actual person that moves the stock market. We are the little fish trying to get a little bit out of that.
Yeah.
We literally are. Like we're like it would be silly for us to think that our 1,000 shares move the candle. No,
Yeah. Yeah.
no, it's hundreds of thousands that move from big money.
Yeah,
We
it's
just catch the wave and get some of that.
yeah, like literally even hundreds of thousands of dollars wouldn't make a dent. Like even if you bought or sold 100K worth right now, it wouldn't make a dent in it.
Exactly.
It's so stupid. But I mean, it's just also depends on like the shares, the amount of shares too. Because look, for example, there's 100 million shares, right? And there, let's say you bought it at right now at $100, right? Buy 100K. How much is that? 100K divided by $100. You buy 1K shares. That's literally nothing. That's literally 1%.
That's nothing. It literally won't
Yeah.
move it a bit. So, yeah, they're definitely the ones moving it. So,
So
yeah,
you have money to play somewhere else? Are you playing?
no. I've officially went all in.
Okay.
I've officially went all in. That's what I told you guys. Looking at the charts, looking at yesterday, I sent you guys a Volkswagen one. I'm like you said, this has never really happened other than that. So that's the only thing we can kind of reference to.
Yeah.
And it's looking like that. So I'm like, okay, I could have waited. Maybe it goes down to $50 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like I'm myself in the face, whatever. But what if tomorrow morning we wake up and it's a freaking $300 jump?
God bless.
That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like we're at that place. Like we're at that prime, like position where it's gonna jump, and I don't want to let go of any profit.
It's sooner rather than later, for sure. Like
Yeah.
here, let me just go to the cuz dude, some people like I like scour through the Wall Street subreddit because like some people post some really good stuff there, like really good stuff. And that's what I sent to you guys in the chat. And I just go through it just all the time, like literally throughout the whole day. Cause some people like are very smart. Like some people aren't just like regular people. Like some people have like worked in this stuff or have been doing it for a long time. So if you can understand what they're saying, it just helps you be more confident. Even though it's like you see that we're going down a million like percent a day, it's like if you trust in the knowledge and understanding of it, then you shouldn't worry about it. So
Definitely.
and the big thing too, and this is like a huge thing that people have been saying, that one guy I send you guys at the end of the day, like the guy that started the big thing, the deep effing value guy that has like millions of dollars made. Once that guy sells, bro, I think this is done. Like that's on personally.
Yes. Yeah, and he hasn't sold for a reason. He has to have some type of insider information for real. Like for him to be still sticking it out, he has to have some type of insider information. He knows that it's coming.
Yeah, and exactly, it's like if these big people aren't haven't sold or folded yet, like there has to be a reason. It's not like they're stupid. Like a lot of people are very very smart, right? So it's like okay, this might have happened, then I'll take out my money. But if there's just so many people that are still in it, then there has to be there's like magic to it, like for sure.
Yeah, because there's a lot of like, for example, on WeBull, like comment section, like, oh, you guys are retards. Big money already made their money, they're gone. And you guys are old for crash. I'm like, man, like, there's no way. There's no way. All these people are still posting. They're losing millions. They're still holding. Why? Because they know something that we might not know. For real.
We'll see.
They haven't left yet. They haven't left us.
Yeah, it should. Yeah. Let's see. If shareholders see the tumbling stock as a new buying opportunity, we may be at the start of the part. There's a predictive analytics director. So like this is like the big thing that people are referring to when they see data about like the short interest. But like I told you, they also can, and that's the other thing too. People like these big companies, they also they are able to lie. They're able to misrepresent the actual numbers that they have because the fees are just so small compared to how much is actually on the line. Because what I was seeing is that like, and this isn't one of the posts that I sent you guys. I forgot where it was. It might have been a couple days ago. But it's like lying on like those reports or whatever. It's only like a $2 million fine. But what's a $2 million fine every month or every week or every day compared to the billions that you could potentially lose by buying the stock at like 1K, 5K, 10K?
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Literally playing the how much am I willing to lose now?
yeah.
How much am I willing to pay? You know, like that's tough, man. But hey, they got the money to do that, right? They still have the money.
It's literally the biggest. What is it called? It's like the biggest game of chicken between the average investor and the hedge funds. It's who folds first. It's literally it. And they think that we will fold first, which I don't think so, man. A lot of people, even though they may be like very stupid, there's a lot of people that are willing to hold to zero. Because I don't know if you've seen, yo, some of the stuff is actually so sad that has happened, like people's histories. I don't know if I sent it to you guys. I remember I sent it to Vicky, but like there was one post specifically where like this guy, he was talking about like his dad, what happened in 2008, and how like they lost their home and the guy lost his dad lost his job and they had to move in with people and stuff like that. And the kid, this is like his perspective, like he didn't understand what's happening until now, and how he has the opportunity to like make them pay and to be able to provide everything that was given or that was taken away from them. And it's just like very like heartwarming. It's just like so sad, and it just makes you want to do it that much more because of what truly happened. Because when I was a kid or when 2008 happened, I didn't worry about anything because you don't understand what's happening, or you're just too young to comprehend. And even if your parents would try to explain it to you, you wouldn't understand what's the stock market, what are stocks, what's a recession, why are we losing money, why do we have to move out the house. Like the kids wouldn't even understand that. So I don't know, it's just so sad, and how this can honestly change a lot of people's lives for the better.
Hell yeah. Hell.
Because dude, imagine if you hit 1K, imagine if you hit 10K, how much you have in your, how much you have, like 2 3.
I have well, I have 9 shares.
You have 9 shares. If it hit 10K, you'd have almost 100K for free. For free, 100K. That's a down payment on a nice house in Fairfax.
Exactly. Like I don't even know. I really wouldn't know. Like you said, like earlier in the beginning, I would feel like that's not real. Like it ain't real.
I literally could have taken out. I literally told Vicky, dude, I was like, dude, I'm becoming a millionaire next week, and then it crashed. But but I was like, dude, literally, I cash this money out right now. I'm set for life. I just put it in safe. I take 10K to play with, put 90K for fun, or not for fun, but just a safe investment. Put in Tesla, let it grow, and in a couple years, I'm either a millionaire or I'm very set. Like I don't have to work anymore. Like I'm set,
Yeah.
and then it just slips away because it's just like a game. Like it's just free money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. I hope this is over. I really do, man. I've been on edge. Like, even when I'm not in it, I've been buying and selling. Like even when I'm not in it, like I'm just like,
I've been on edge, bro. It's so exhausting. That's what I'm telling you. That's why I added to the exhaust. Because look, like I told you, right? Last week, I was still on edge, but it helped that I was in the money on edge. Like it helps when you're like, oh, I'm up so much that there's no way to go this down, and at some point, like I'll just still make more money than I'm losing, and that's fine with me because I made money on my initial investment. But now it's like bad on edge because it's like any movement upwards could help me break even and not lose any money. But any movement downwards just makes it worse because you just see like even though you're not losing money because you're holding, but you just see the minus. It's psychological. Like it affects you so much. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, Jesus. I'm down that much money. And then when I look to see like my all-time chart, like I showed you guys, and then I go like a little bit before, and it's like so much, and I'm like, oh, I'm such an idiot, dude. I'm like such an idiot. And it's a good thing that I didn't tell anyone except for you guys, because anyone else, if I would have told anyone else, I mean, I told Vicky too, and I told like Hanul and like Chris, but if I would have like told my family or whatever, they're gonna be like, "Oh, you're an idiot. You're absolutely a dumbass." So,
Yeah.
thank God I didn't tell anyone. It was smart on my part, but
They would have been like, hey, so you made the shit? Nah, bro. Are you,
I was like, "Yeah, about that. 100 made $10." Now you're making $10. I'm like down a quadrillion, but yeah, bro. God, but what I have faith. Yeah, God will move mountains for the little people in this scenario. I know God doesn't care about our investments because we're stupid, but dude, I have faith. Ye have little faith. You feel me?
oh yeah.
God knows you want to buy a new house here. He says, "You want 100K down payment? I got you." He said you don't have to live in Frederick anymore if you want to. You can have the pick of the lot wherever you want. Wherever you want. As long as you believe.
No, I was telling Patty, I'm like, yo, I make money off of this. I was like, watch this thing go over 1,000. I was like, watch this thing go over 1,000. I'm like, I would literally be like, all right, we're building a house. We're building a house.
There you go.
Whatever we want. I don't care. You pick whatever you want. We're doing it.
Yep.
Like you said, it'll be life changing no matter what.
And that's just like only 10K, like 20K. Double that.
Yeah.
And it definitely can once the squeeze does happen. But you just have to wait till the squeeze to happen. That's just the biggest thing. But if it does happen, bro, you have to understand. Like, it's not like... And this is what people get wrong, too. And that's why I keep saying in the chat. Like, it won't last for, like, 30 minutes, an hour. Like, it's impossible for them to buy that many shares that rapidly. Because even if they had... Even if people bought or sold, like, at 500, 1,000, it wouldn't be everyone. Like, there's still people holding shares. And like I said, they're shorting more than 100% of the stock. So they'd technically have to buy all the stocks, first of all, and then they have to somehow buy more, or between buying all the stocks, they just pay what they owe left on the rest. But at that point, you name the price. So it's like you name 10K, they have to buy it at 10K. There's no other choice. You put 20K, they have to buy it at 20K. Unless they're just going to bleed more money. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you name the price at that point, and then it's just so crazy. Because once that happens, it's chaos. Like, it'll halt. But, like, the halt wouldn't even matter because you just name your price afterward. Because if it just goes up, then there still wouldn't be anyone buying in between 1,000 and 5,000. Because it's either you have to buy here or you buy here. But no, there's no more sellers at 1,000. It's only 5K now. And then 10K. And then 20K. And
Jumps, dude. Like, and actually, it's kind of weird because I've been trying to find the daily chart for that day.
Uh-huh.
That squeeze happened. I can't find it anywhere. Like, people have found, like, the daily chart, but not the minute or 5 minute chart. Like, you can't find it.
yeah.
I'm trying to find it so that way we can kind of compare to see exactly what kind of movement.
Yeah, like, is it all of a sudden, or is it, like, slowly building up? Like, I haven't seen, like you said, seeing the minute-to-minute chart would be insane. Because it's, like, because how does it happen exactly? Like, is it just shoot us up? Or is it, like, okay, $50, $20, $50, and then, like, literally over a couple of days, $50, $50. Like, it'd be so interesting to see it.
Yeah, because like let's say it starts to peak up from 200, right?
Yeah.
Let's say $50. 200 to 250 dollars. It could literally skip even $100, $200, and it can open up at the Hulk at like 450. And
Yeah.
would it like that? Like, I'm still looking for that chart. Like, I'm still trying to find it. I want to know. Like, I want to know exactly what people were looking at when they were capitalizing on it.
Yeah, I've seen it, and that's what I'm saying. Like, because when you see the chart, it's literally the outside view or like the long term view, and it just shoots up. Like that's all that you see.
It's a whole big ass green candle.
Yeah, it's just up, but it's like that's not like you have to see between that, like the build up to that, and that's the most important part. Because even before the big halt, right, or the big green candle, there's a one before that, and then it shoots down all the way. Which people say it's like, oh, we're here, right, and that's fine and dandy. That's fine if we're here, but how long is here? Like, cause it wasn't just like a day. It wasn't 2 days. I believe it was like a couple days. I think what I saw on Reddit, it was like 6 days of consecutive red before it went up, something like that. That's a long ass time to fair. So you have to be ready for that. But like 6 days of red is crazy.
Yeah, well, and that's what I was trying to like prove a point yesterday. Like the baseline before it started to peak up. Let's say when it started trending, that they started, it was whatever X price, right? And then it got shorted, and it nearly touched that level, like that bottom, like it's like I guess like a resistance, and it bounced up after that. Like it's almost like it was like, okay, it can't go lower than this.
Yeah.
The system will not let you. So it's like if we're looking at it, but right now what it finished like at 80 something.
Yeah.
Only $50 from the $40 line when it started like really
last week, yeah.
So we're only $50. So when it went down to $120 today, if it goes down $120, like we're gonna be negative something. So
yeah,
we're close that. I think it's gonna be Thursday.
It only can go down so much because, like you said, right? Like this is what people have said. They can short ladder all the way down to zero, but they know that's stupid on their part because if it goes down to zero, that means you, your mom, your grandpa, anyone can buy GameStop. If it goes to $10, bro, you can buy 1,000 shares for what, $100 or something like that, or I don't know.
Like, dude, like if it goes down to $10, like I'm screwing my mortgage loan application. I don't care. I will literally take all my savings.
Exactly. Like if it goes down to 10, you literally will own thousands of shares, and they know that like they can't go that low because people will buy it, and then they're even more screwed. So like they're playing it diligently, right? It's still kind of expensive where it's easily affordable for people to buy a share or a couple shares, but they can't buy thousands. Dude, you go to 50, I guarantee you thousands of shares will be bought because people are putting hundreds of K, millions of dollars, not even go like 50K. If it goes to what, $50, right? If you buy here, let's do the math, right? $50, right? Let's say you buy 1,000 shares. You just times that by 1,000. It'd be 50K. You drop 50K, you get 1,000 shares. 1,000 shares right now is it'd be $89,000. 1,000 shares at wherever it was last week at $400, 400 grand, bro. It's a huge difference, and people will be swooping those up not only because it's like, oh, it's a good opportunity, but it's a great opportunity to lower your average, and that's what people want to do. Because look, if I bought, let's say it goes down to 50 on Friday, which can happen, right? I get paid Friday, so good for me, right? But I can buy like a couple K worth of shares at 50, which will significantly lower my average, and it'll bring it down to like 100 or something. And you cannot, there's no one in this earth that can tell me that GameStop will not go more than $100. Like, no one on earth can convince me of that. For sure.
Yeah. So, like I said, man, the way that it's been going down hundreds every day for like the past 4 or 5 days, we're going to be at that resistance. We're going to be at that bouncing point where they're done.
Yeah.
They're done, dude. I think like at the rate that we're going, it has to be Thursday or sometime tomorrow. Like it has to be. Like I see it.
The prophecy.
No way it goes lower than that.
They start recording this right now.
It's already recording. It's on YouTube. This will go. I'll upload it. This is a prophecy right here.
No, like I like if you look at it, like at the pattern, like at it, just the way that Volkswagen, like it just progressed all the way down to almost the bottom line, and then all of a sudden, boom, it just exploded.
How long? Where was How like where was it at before like it popped up? Like where did it go? How much did it go down by?
I think it was in like $400, and it went down to, I think it was like what, $80? Was it? Here, hold up. Let me pull up the part that I sent the other day.
Yo, look at this. This is so crazy. Look at this. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
No, I can't. Let me look.
Load it up, bro. This is so crazy. And like that's what I'm saying. Like this, okay, this can obviously be really stupid, but people can. If you people like this that are still holding, it's insane.
Hey, click on it. Let me see it closer.
Okay, I'll click on it. Hold on, it's like really laggy, dude. Once I make $1 million, I'm gonna buy a new computer so I can do this. Can you see that?
That's like nothing though.
Oh my God.
My second mortgage, bro.
God.
He was at 5 mil. He's at 700. Dude, that would hurt my soul.
Oh yeah.
Bro, you're down You're down literally almost all of your money, bro.
Dude, that's crazy.
Damn.
Look,
Would you have sold?
Jerry would have sold. Jerry would have
Oh,
sold.
yeah. I would have sold. I would have sold, dude. Like hell yeah.
Like this guy, they verified it. It's real. The mods verified it.
Damn. Okay, so all right. So Danny, to answer your question, Volkswagen was trending around like the. We can say like from when I'm looking at the chart that you can kind of read is the 200, 220, 180, from 180 to 220, and then it went up and it went up and it peaked at 450, pretty much. And then it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of just straight up red, and it went down to almost like 230.
Okay.
And then the next candle you see, it's at over $300.
Okay.
And that's the first day. The second day, that's when it goes from like the lowest of the day was like 480 to almost nine. I think it was like 998, the final high of that. So yeah, dude, like that's what I'm saying. Like it literally like it kind of like bounced off of that trend line. That $140. Not $40, but $100 line. Which in our case, from what I'm looking at our chart right now, our bottom line is like in the 40s, like the average, like the median. Like if you put a line right through all the candles, it's almost like at $40.
Dang.
And right now we're at, let's see, it closed at 85.
Mm-hmm.
So we're really close to that.
Yo, you guys see this article?
Yeah, no, I can't.
Dude, it says that it says that BlackRock, which is like a big fund, I think they're the biggest fund actually. They reported of owning almost 4 million shares of AMC, which is an increase of 59%.
Yeah, all my money I have is riding on AMC.
The both of the charts are identical, so I mean this is what some guy did say. It's like whatever GME or AMC does will follow, like they'll follow each other.
Hey, double opportunity.
Yeah, AMC's pretty low right now though. Since I think it closed at 7.
A couple of days ago, it peaked like 26, right?
Yeah, I think it's like 26.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah, honestly though, like it's frustrating. Like I remember when I first started in the stock market and everything, like I'll be on top of it like all day looking. But sometimes you just gotta step away. Like you just gotta let it play. You just gotta. Yeah. And I feel like that's like Felix and those new guys. Like I remember how I was. They were exactly like that. But yeah, it's crazy. Something just gotta let it go.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's out of your control. Like I said, like all you can do is really just hold, and it shouldn't really matter. And that's why I said, like, it shouldn't matter if you just let it do whatever. Because once the squeeze does happen, it won't happen. You won't miss it. Like you'll come back and be like, oh, it's happening. You won't miss it. Like it'll be like, okay, it's going up, it's going up, it's going up, it's going up. Okay, this is officially it, and that's what people will constantly say. Like you will know when it's a squeeze because it won't be like what's happening now because this is just artificial.
Yeah, like literally, like you exactly like you'll know because like you won't see the BS moves. You won't see the BS like I don't know if you guys seen the chart. Like it literally like every candle is like the same size for like 5, 6 different candles, and then it goes a step down, same size, step down. It's like bro, like it's so obvious. And you'll just see like huge candles because we're so like used to now seeing these like no volume, barely any movement. So.
All right, here, let me read this. Let me read this. This should be pretty good. It says, this past week has seen GME hit an all-time high, followed by a steep decline due to market manipulation tactics and the media turning against us at presumably the hand of the hedge funds we stand to hurt the most. We have seen hit pieces on GME, misdirection, and blatant lies regarding the analytics and reporting of statistics on GME. Countless media outlets have claimed that GME squeeze has already happened and it's over. It's done. Move on and move back in with your wife's boyfriend. There's a lot of stuff that appears so retarded. But it says, but they are wrong. Think of this from a surface level and look at the big picture. The entire week was a setup for shorts to mitigate their losses, which they knew would incur regardless. First, we saw a strike price that they opened up options far out of the money, out to $800 calls. Then we saw a steep decline in price along with a fundraiser for shorts in the form of silver pushed by shows. Following this, we saw massive purchases of these out of the money 800 calls yesterday once premiums and IVs were reduced. So what does this mean? Hedges set themselves up to mitigate how much they'll lose in hopes of avoiding bankruptcy while giving their associates a chance to profit even greater on the impending squeeze. Now, why would this come this week if a lot of the calls are dated out to March, you ask? Apparently, I don't know this for fact, but FinTel will update GME short interest officially of next Tuesday, February 9th. So this is actually what I told Felix February 9th that day. It says, if this is true and the short interest is still over 100%, then this will confirm that media outlets were bought and paid for by the hedge funds, along with the misdirection, thus causing further public outrage. And another mass buying of GameStop to get in on the squeeze that is coming. However, if hedges knock the price down as far as possible and trigger the squeeze this week, they will have effectively hedged their bets with calls, shaken out as many paper hands as possible, and stop delaying the inevitable, all while leaving the media outlets they paid off now holding the metaphorical bag of lost public trust, all while mitigating their losses to the fullest extent. Essentially, if the short interest is still outstanding and above 100%, shorts would fuck themselves even further by allowing an official report of this to come out, and they know it. So it says, we go to the moon soon, fellow apes. Good luck and Godspeed. See you at $10,000. So, yeah, bro.
That's the thing. I remember I woke up like I think Monday because Monday we were kind of thinking it might go up, and I was keeping on. I turned on CNBC, and that's when silver just came out of nowhere. Literally, silver just came out of nowhere. It's just like,
Oh yeah.
Reddit is pushing towards silver now. That GME stock. It's like, and it was like all about silver, and then, like it was something that was not posted on Reddit or anything. It just came out of nowhere. I mean, that like immediately you just know the media is just trying to portray something that's not happening.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What I saw, dude, I don't know if you guys saw this. So I was one of those posts too. Like I told you, I've been reading this stuff and I've been learning a lot. So what's so crazy is, right, like these big companies are paying the media to manipulate and tell stories that they want, basically. And one of the biggest owners of silver, actually the 5th largest owner of silver, is Citadel, which is the big company that is actually betting against us. So it's like people did some digging and they found out they're literally the 5th largest holder of silver. So while pumping silver, and silver's the next movement, you're putting more money into their pockets that we're trying to take away from GameStop. So I was like, what? I was like, oh my god, how is this so crazy? It's layers deep. There's levels to this, dude. It's levels.
Oh yeah. like that post that you read though, for real. It says they might trigger, man. I'm telling you, man, they're gonna trigger it, man. Like even if they go to, like you said, even if they go $10 to $10, like I hope they go down to $10.
Yeah, it's for free. $10 is for free. All right, here I found something else. So it says today I found another irregularity in GameStop's data. When I looked at the position cost distribution chart for GameStop after today's close, I was expecting it to be very different compared to yesterday's chart, since assuming paper hands have sold, they would have changed the distribution significantly and today's volume seemed to be high. However, I have found something fascinating. Today's chart was a superset of yesterday's chart. In other words, it looks like some shares were added to the float and it looks like almost none of the previous shares have moved. So diamond hands goes here. So here, let's take a look. It says, WeBull's description of what this chart represents is the following. So let's look at this. Okay. Okay. It says, okay, let's look what this WeBull says. Positions cost distribution. So it says positions cost distribution assumes all free float shares were purchased and held by investors. Based on this assumption, the positions cost distribution analyzes the cost prices at which those shares were purchased. How these different price points are distributed at one time and changed on a daily basis. Okay, for example, if there are 1,000 free floats shares of ABC in the market, one day when the market closes, it is found that these shares were purchased and held by public investors at different prices. Namely, 10 shares were purchased at $5, 120 shares were purchased at $6, 100 shares at $7, 30 at $8, 100 at $9, and 640 at $10. This is the distribution of cost of positions of all free float shares at that time. Okay, so it's just essentially what shares were priced at this certain this number. Okay, so it says, if I'm reading this correctly, this means two things. It looks like all the shares that were traded today were new and added to the float, and two, people actually seem to be diamond handing. So it says, I can see four possible explanations for the new shares, and add a comment if you see other possibilities. Number one, GameStop offered shares. This didn't happen as far as I know. Two, an institution that had shares that weren't in the float sold their shares. I can't find any filings, especially with this many shares, but there could be a delay. Three, short sellers borrowed shares that were not in the float, which probably were covered and returned before and then shorted them again. Four, naked shorting, which is essentially what I was telling you here. Naked shorting is like you're shorting a share that you don't personally own. Like it's just a fake share. And then it says, the reason why I think 1 and 2 are unlikely is that almost all the sell orders I saw today were trying to bring the price down. So an insider or an institution that is not short probably wasn't the one selling. They are probably in a blackout period, but I'm not sure. I think 3 is more likely than 4. So I think someone was shorting GameStop today, increasing the short interest considerably. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, these new shares seem to be not that many. And the same chart seems to be showing that all of the previous shares are already locked. I think these shares will be locked in a few days/hours as well if they haven't been locked already. So this somewhat guarantees a close to infinity short interest. Furthermore, given that all these shares were shorted at a relatively low price, so I wonder that whoever did this or is doing this is just digging their own grave. I'm not sure if this continues or not, depends on how many shares they can borrow from institutions, but it made me feel a lot better to see people not paper handing that much. And then it says to government agencies, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Someone says, I understood all these words, but separately.
Yeah, Reddit's a funny place.
It's so toxic, this place. And that's what's funny, because I've followed this for a long time. Like, further than, like, this happened. And it's so hilarious. But it's so funny that, like, you can see a bunch of really good stuff now. Like, my wife's boyfriend. Like, that's hilarious, dude. That's so hilarious.
There's a lot of witty people, man.
It's so funny. All right, do we have any questions from our audience? Which is, oh wait, we have one viewer. Do you have any questions from another viewer? Actually, no, that's probably one of you guys. It's okay. Do we have any questions from Vicky? Vicky, do you have any questions if she's still watching the stream? We'll see. If
she's gonna get some of the proceeds.
Yeah, we actually are accepting donations to help the fund of Carlos Hernandez to help him become a millionaire from GameStop. She says no, she does not have any questions. I was gonna, you know what I was gonna do? I was gonna tell the chat that we had to join this, and then we could just all talk and ask questions, which I think would be pretty cool. But maybe,
We should definitely plan it.
yeah,
Oh man, it would be great to do one right after the first day of the official series.
oh yeah,
Just like
everyone will be streaming at that point.
hell yeah.
Yeah, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my god, it's actually happening!" Blah, blah,
I will skip school when it starts happening.
No,
Yeah.
bro, you better, dude.
No,
You don't
I'm done.
and like miss on a big ass red can.
It's history,
Yeah,
bro.
through your professors.
No, yeah, facts.
Should-
People are gonna be watching it too.
Yeah, they're probably gonna cancel class.
Hey,
Vicky says she has no money. Sorry. All right. Well, you can get on my stream. This is a donation only stream. $5 minimum, please. I don't even know how you set up that stuff. I literally just started learning how to do this yesterday. Actually, look at this. So there's a cool thing that I did. Look at this. I can set up like transitions. So here, I'm gonna try to do FaceTime on my on my end, just to see on my end, but it like makes my computer kill itself. So we're gonna try it, cause we can end this soon. I just want to try this.
All right.
Okay, ready? Okay. There should also be a transition. Hold on.
wait, what are you trying to do?
Okay. Okay, tell me on the live if you can see just me now. Yeah, I'm gonna go on my phone. Okay, now you can see just me, right?
Yep.
Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Let's see if it worked. It didn't work. Okay, hold on. I literally just started learning all this stuff the other day. Because it's OBS, it's not like you can do this straight from your computer. It has to be specifically something else. Ah, this is so gay. Hold on. Let's see if this works. Wait, that works, but the other one doesn't work. Okay, hold on. Okay, we're gonna. Okay, hold on. This should work. Okay. Whoa, it's not working. Okay, let's try this. I'm so sad. Okay, I mean, at least I know how to do this when it's. Okay, you see it now? It should be like at least like a fade, like a nice fade on the live stream. But there's something better that I did, but I guess it doesn't
Oh,
work.
I see it. Yeah.
There's something better that I did though. Okay, here, let me try this. Well, give me 1 second. This is gonna be cool. Give me 1 second. If it lets me do this. Okay. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. This is gonna be cool if it lets me do it. One second. Okay. Alright, this should work. Okay, this should work. This has to work. Okay, now look at this. Look at this stream. And then it goes back to us. That's pretty sick though, right? It's kind of long, but it's something that I was messing around with. Let me try it again. No, it's just long. It's okay. But yeah, it's just something I was messing around with. I don't know. I thought it was pretty funny.
Oh man.
But we can call it a night. We can do another one. Dude, actually, yo, Oh, I have to go in the office tomorrow. If you want the next day, I'll go get up early with you, and we can do an early stream. Cause dude, what people have been doing is they're streaming like the whole time. Cause a lot of people are doing it like their full time job YouTube, and they're getting killer views. Like there's one guy I follow. His name is Brian Jung. He's Asian. He's actually from Maryland. He's been getting like 500K views throughout the day. Yeah. So if we can like get ahead, I think, and we can start early because it's nighttime. So I mean, people are just relaxing. But I think if I'm sure there's people watching it at open at 4 a.m. and we can get those viewers that are watching then before they go to the other live stream, I think we can attract more people. So
Oh yeah.
so maybe Thursday,
Yeah.
4 a.m. live stream.
Yeah. Hey, we might catch it, dude.
I'm down. I'm down.
We might catch it.
I'm down. All right then. I'll let you guys go. I appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Let me do that right now.
All right, I'll appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys later.
All right, man.
All right, bye.
Good talk. Good talk.
How was that? How was that? Was that okay? All right. Well, this is gonna go on YouTube because I went through the hassle doing it already. So appreciate you guys. Appreciate all of you guys watching. I'm sure there's not gonna be many people that watch all the way through. It's okay. I still love you guys. I hope you have a blessed night because it is nighttime. It's like 10 over here. But hope you have a blessed night. I hope Squeeze happens soon, and if it doesn't, then this will age badly. But if it does, and I'm a genius, like Michael Burry in The Big Short and Carlos Hernandez in real life, I'm going to be rich. So I'll catch you guys later. Peace. And yeah. All right.